guys? We're trying something different tonight with YouTube and TikTok together on one stream. So you guys are going to have to let me know how everything is, what you see with the chat, what you don't see with the chat, etc. And for those of you guys that are on YouTube, you're going to have to tell me if I'm actually live on TikTok, because I don't know. Because I don't know if I am or not. And if I'm not, then apparently we're going to set something up really, really quickly. But it says that I am, so we're just going to do this. We're going to hope that that's what's going on. So, Scarly, could you let me know if I am actually live on TikTok? And if I'm not, then Houston, we have problems. In the meantime, I'm going to start. Sweet. I'm glad I'm live on TikTok, so I can't see comments. So that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. I don't like that. I don't like that I can't see any of the comments on TikTok. So don't know what we're going to do about that, and I don't like it. I don't like it. All right then. It is what it is. Okay. Nope. Didn't. That wasn't what meant to happen. Wasn't what it meant to happen. So those of you guys that are on TikTok, I can't see your comments tonight. And we're going to fix that for next week. I have to use my stream key or I'm going to lose it. And so once we figure it out, then we'll figure it out. But as of right now, this is tonight. It is what it is. It's Monday. It's Mercury retrograde. And hi. How are you? How was your Monday? It's going to be storming here the rest of the week. I don't know if I'm excited for that or not. Because of brains. Because of the way that brains are. In the meantime, though, I do believe that it's possibly time for some Reiki and Zodiacs. I've lost one of my big bracelets. You didn't like that. Okay, well, guess we're going to do this. Guess that'll have to work. One of the things that today has been so interesting. That one's good. That one's okay. One of the things today that's been really interesting is that, and I know that some of you guys are going to understand this when I say this. I know I got a lot of things accomplished today, but it doesn't feel like I got a lot of things accomplished today. Is it just me with that, or like is that everybody? I'm just curious. But while we're talking about that, it is time for some Reiki and Zodiacs. Just like always, you guys can do these first few hand positions with me. The only thing that I ask, aside from me suddenly turning super bright white, is that you just take a deep breath when I say take a deep breath. That's it. All right? Are we ready? Yes? I believe so. All right. Deep breath. We'll get the hair out of my face. Deep breath. Because we're going to spend a lot of time up here. Because I know with the crazy solar flares and the auroras and the geomagnetic storms and people, everybody's head is like somewhere else. So we're going to work a lot up here tonight. I'm just letting you guys know, okay? So we're going to start with the root chakra first. So I want you to just focus on your feet for just a minute. That's it. I want you to focus about 2 inches or so below your belly button. Ready? Deep breath. Before we move, damn. The hell? Like I feel like I can't do that enough. Is everybody sick? Is everybody sick? All right. We're going to work on the solar plexus. So while we're working on the solar plexus, all I want you to do is focus about this far above your belly button. Okay? That's it. Ready for the heart chakra? Yes? Yep. Breathe. You breathe in. Big breath. Are we ready for the throat chakra? You want to know something that's really interesting? For those of you guys that were born under a Mercury retrograde, you're going to feel better under Mercury retrogrades than most people are. Normally I do, but today I just don't feel like talking. It's the weirdest feeling. Usually I'm all about this. Today I don't want to. I don't know how to explain that, but I'm gonna, because here we go. But we're gonna work on the throat chakra. Maybe I got my throat chakra plugged up. I don't know. We're gonna find out. So all I want you to do is focus right in here, wherever you feel you need to, okay? Low or high. while I'm working on the throat chakra, I do want to ask that you guys just at some point try to swallow. I know it's hard when somebody tells you to do it. Okay? Ready? Just breathe. As promised, we're going to spend a lot of time on the third eye and the crown. So we're going to do the third eye, and then we're going to do the crown, and then we're going to kind of do them together. So get ready. So get ready, because I don't know about y'all, but the pressure with the weather and the craziness and the solar junk and all of the things, I feel like my whole entire head is just full of cotton. So we're going to see about fixing that. Are you ready? We're going to work on the third eye first. I want you to just be focusing right in here, okay? Just somewhere right in the middle of your forehead. Ready? I'm going to turn the dial. Just breathe. I know. It was hard for me to turn the dial, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I got halfway through turning it and I was like, no. Ready for the crown? Focus on all the energy that you're storing up on the top of your head. Either let it go back out the top or let it work its way down where it's supposed to go. Okay? Any better? Any worse? Any better? Just breathe. Big breath. Something that we haven't done, I haven't done in a long time, and that is this. I'm going to hold my palm, one palm up, okay, and I'm going to switch in between, but I just want you to put whatever it is that you need to let go of right there, or right here, whichever palm is up. You're not going to hurt me, and you're not going to overwhelm me. I've been doing this a very long time, But whatever it is that you need to get rid of, I want it to go right there. Okay? I'm going to get rid of the fact that my calic is calicking. Ready? Right there. That's it. Feel free to put it in the chat. And just like always, if you don't want other people to know what it is, you can just put a 0. Breathe. It's so funny. Even though that this is over a live stream, I can always tell when there's a whole bunch of people dumping some heavy shit. My palm is hot and throbbing. Deep in and as deep out as you can. Okay? That's it. So this week is the new moon. On Thursday is the new moon. What is it that you're starting over with? What is it that you're starting? What is it you're releasing? What is brand new for this new moon? This is a Scorpio new moon. So this isn't a half-ass thing. This isn't a let's just cross the bridge and leave it open so we can go back. No, no, no. This is a cross the bridge, blow it up, scatter the ashes in the wind, and then make sure nothing can ever be built there again. So what is it that you're letting go of, that you're starting for this Scorpio new moon? What change are you making? And I want you to really think about it before you put it in the chat. I want you to really, really think about it before you put it in the chat. Because this is a big one. I don't like that I can't see the TikTok chat. Makes me did. When you can, either right now or here in a few minutes, I want you to just put your hands together, kind of a light clap. Maybe, maybe don't wake up the fur babies or the kids or whoever, but just a little bit, right? And just kind of rub your hands together, just to warm them up. And then the other thing I want you to do, and this is gonna sound interesting, but most people are just gonna think that you're, just shaking out your hands, whatever. Just kind of rub them together, and then when you feel like you've got plenty of heat in there, just do that. And while you're doing that, I want you to focus on all of this stress, all of this crap, everything. I want it to go down your arms and into your palms. And that way, when you're doing this, do you want to know why I shake my hands in Reiki? Do you want to know why most Reiki masters, Reiki teachers, people that have been doing Reiki for a long time, they shake their hands because we act like a conduit. So I'm taking in energy, I'm putting it out over here. And you can see kind of the differences in the colors of my hands. Can you see that hand is red as shit? It's not the lighting. Just saying. Whether you're attuned to Reiki or not, you can let go of your own bullshit. Big breath. This is not usually something that I feel in my body. Like, I feel it in my arms, don't get me wrong, because my arms get really tired doing this. But I actually am feeling it in a specific place today. So I'm curious where y'all are feeling it. Deep breath. I was gonna go a full 45 minutes, but that right there, that's about 20 minutes, about 25 minutes. And to be honest, I feel like the vast majority of us just needed to release some shit. To just release some shit. And I'm gonna kind of tell you why I feel that way. I am not a person that does a lot of crying. I'm just not. Never have been. Not because I was programmed to not cry or whatever. I just never have been. Y'all, I have ugly cried so much over the last few days. It's freaking stupid. It's stupid. So, yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely stupid. So, we're gonna start with Zodiac reads for the evening. We're gonna start with Zodiac reads for this new moon. I'm gonna get the one single hair that keeps doing this, and it's gonna go into the floor because it's pissing me off. But before some of y'all skedaddle, because I know mainly you're here for the Reiki, I got you. Make sure you follow me over on YouTube. Thank you guys for 25,000 followers over on YouTube. We're gonna have a drive over Black Friday, and there's gonna be an amazing ass prize on Cyber Monday if we can do this over the weekend. But this new moon coming up is going to be really, really, really intense. I hope you guys are ready for it. There was something else I was going to say, but it skedaddled off that way, and I don't know where it went. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. I do know, Sass and I have been talking about this a lot over the last few days, because if you guys ever want to get on a watch list really, really quickly, the CIA has an amazing library online. And on there, they did some testing many, many moons ago about how solar flares and solar activity affect people with psychic abilities, specifically their remote viewers. But if you don't think that doesn't affect everybody, whether you have psychic abilities or not, Sass and I were talking about it in the form of how does it affect people that have Alzheimer's and dementia? Because that's a heightened form of awareness. How does it affect people that have autism? I would be curious. So those of you guys that are watching that are on the spectrum, or that have somebody that you take care of that has Alzheimer's or dementia, we had a really nasty geomagnetic storm last week, and we're under one right now. There was a humongous solar flare that the sun lobbed at us over the weekend, and it got here kind of late last night, this morning, etc. This is why you're exhausted, why you're nauseated, why your head feels weird, why you've got all of this weird shit going on that you can't explain. That is all solar radiation. Get your tinfoil hats, kiddies. But I'm just curious how it's affecting you guys. Because one of the things that the CIA found in this study, and you can look it up, like, it's actually a really interesting read, I'm not going to lie. But one of the things that they found was it either heightened people's abilities, like certain abilities. Let's say that somebody is clairvoyant. Okay, it's going to heighten that clairvoyancy to a point that you can't handle it. Like, you don't want to go to sleep because you don't want to have these crazy dreams, or you keep yourself away from people because you don't want to see all the shit, right? So I would imagine for those of you guys that have mediumship skills, mediumship abilities, it's probably through the roof to the point you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to stay in my house this week. Like, I ain't going outside. And you know what? Y'all's people need to stay outside too. for those of you guys that are empathic, that means that your empathy, your empathic skills and abilities have been through the roof and you can't function. I mean, I like to not pretend that I'm an empath. I 100% am a dark empath, and that is a whole video by itself. But for those of you guys that have empathic abilities, this is why you have been so drained. This is why you have been crying at the drop of the hat. A hat, any hat, all the hats, pretend hats. This is why you've been feeling all of the overwhelming emotions that you know aren't yours. For those of you guys that are clairaudient, in other words, you hear messages, this is why those messages have ramped up to the point you're like, you know, I really look good in bright blue grippy socks, bitch. But this is why these skills and abilities have been through the roof. So if you're feeling crazy, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like your gifts are too much, babe, you're not alone. You are not alone, okay? But if you ever wanted to take that read, it is a very interesting read. A very, very interesting read. And in case you've never watched me on a Monday night, I read for the zodiac signs for the week. To kind of give you a cheat sheet, this week is very interesting because it is a new moon, as we already kind of discussed a little bit. I do start with Capricorn and I go all the way around. So my sweet little Sagittariuses, you guys are last but not least, especially because I'm fixing to have a Sagittarius grandbaby. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to Washington in a couple weeks. So yeah, my Sagittariuses will not be the least, or the, you know what I'm saying. Words went blah, 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 blah. So we're not going to do that anymore. But I'm going to do these reads a little differently, okay? So I'm going to pull the anchor card like normal, and then I'm going to pull two other cards. Kind of tell you how your week's going to go. But whatever the overlying theme is, or it may be one specific card, I'm going to let you know what is being renewed for you this week. What it is that this new moon is about to kick your ass with. Because this is a Scorpio new moon. It's a new moon in fucking Scorpio, and you guys know what that means. Scorpios don't do anything half-assed. They don't do anything half-assed. They do it all the way or no way. Or so far no way that it's the other way. So we're going to see what is changing for each zodiac sign this week. So Capricorns, you have abandonment. Seriously? Really? Now, I don't know if this is the Capricorns are feeling abandoned because you don't want that. Or if Capricorns are doing the abandoning, which you probably don't want that either. Shit. And then we have Thanatos, which is suppletion, wisdom, support, and completion. Or suppletion. We'll just put it all together. Suppletion. In other words, the Capricorns are doing the abandoning because this is the completion card. So, out of curiosity, I love this. I love this, and y'all are going to love it too. I'm not going to lie. As a Capricorn, I was about to not approve. Shut up. I was about to not approve of this message. As a Capricorn, I was about to be like, okay, that sounds like shit, and I don't want to do that. But, Capricorns, do you want to know what it is that you're abandoning? Because it's not a person. I mean, it might be a person. But do you want to know what it is that you're abandoning? You have abandonment and you have completion. In other words, you are letting go of some shit. So this new moon is hitting you and going to hit you really, really hard as a Capricorn. This is the prince. This is the forgotten adversary. This is sorrow and lost valor and serendipity. So guess what? All of these things that are causing you to look at, and I say things, every Capricorn knows exactly what I'm talking about. You have had these crazy, bright, neon strobe lights hitting you of, hey, this needs to go. This needs to go. This needs to go. This needs to go. I wouldn't be surprised if every single Capricorn has spent the weekend and at least today obsessing about all of the shit in their house they need to get rid of. Like, obsessing about it. Obsessing about it. But Capricorns, what's interesting about this is sorrow and lost valor. Have you guys ever, I don't even know a movie to compare this to. Have you guys ever seen in a movie where, y'all get to watch me do some snacky snacks, where the main character has this complete 180 turnaround, goes to, I don't know how to explain it. It's like going from a squishy marshmallow man to solid nails. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because Capricorns, that's you this week. This is more than just abandonment. This is fed up. This is fed up. Beyond belief, fed up. But it's also being fed up in a very structured way, which, what better thing to do for a Capricorn? In a very structured way. Capricorns, this new moon, sorry while I be rude and eat. God, I love Milky Ways. This new moon is you really looking at everything that you have completed. Some of you guys are going to shift your way of thinking about maybe a situation, a job, a relationship, something that you walked away from, that you've been kind of obsessing about, like, maybe I shouldn't have left that job, or maybe that person wasn't as bad as I thought they were, or whatever. You've been kind of obsessing about something, but it's because the universe was like, you know what? It is really time for you to absolutely abandon that bullshit. So whatever it is that's been high on your mind lately, Capricorns, that you have already, that you thought you already let go of, this is the week that it's completely abandoned back there. That it's completely abandoned. What I find very interesting is the serendipity. Because Capricorns are very, very intensely good at noticing patterns. Because being born in the coldest, like, part of the year, all you can do is just watch. All you can do is just watch everybody else have great summer birthday parties while you get stuck in, January. While you get stuck in January or December when it's just ice and snow. So you notice all the things, right? So Capricorns are fantastic at noticing patterns. And one of the things, Cancercorn? Wow. Potty mouth. Capricorn, that you're going to notice are all of the serendipitous things that are going on this week. For example, maybe you've been obsessing over, let's just say you broke up with someone a while back, right? And you thought, you know what? Maybe I was too hasty. Maybe I shouldn't have broke up with that person. Maybe they weren't that bad. Maybe they've been on your mind, right? Oh, well, maybe this is the week that you find out that they've been to jail a few times, that they're really, really in debt, or that, I don't know, they look horrible now. Or so, this is the week that you see all of these serendipitous things that you're like, oh, okay. So here's the thing. If you guys have a Capricorn friend and you have something going on this week that you aren't quite sure exactly what it is you need to do about it, you ask your Capricorn friend. If you have something that you need to end, that you need to cut off, ask your Capricorn friend. Just give them a rundown. And chances are, if they're a good friend at all, then they've already noticed all of the patterns, all of the things that have gone along with whatever the situation is that you're in. Capricorns are very strong this week. They're very hard-headed this week. They're very all or nothing this week. Being an earth sign and Scorpio is a water sign. By the way, for you Capricorns and Scorpios, that is a power couple right there. I just want you guys to know. Capricorns dating a Scorpio, doesn't matter man or woman on either side. That is a take over the world type of power couple right there. So of course, this new moon is going to affect the Capricorns in a really intense way because it's a Scorpio moon. This is going to be a very staunch Capricorn week, okay? A very serious Capricorn week. So if you have Capricorns in your life, know that this week they're going to be very serious about shit. They may have jokes go right over their head when normally they joke and laugh and are funny. They're super serious. They're super on point, and you can't get them to stop working this week. So Capricorns, this is a good week for you in that it's a week of you letting go of a bunch of crap that's been holding you back. And you may not realize it's been holding you back. My advice, Capricorns, for this new moon, burn something. Burn something. Write down what it is that you are completely letting go of, or what you want, or whatever. Make yourself a little note and burn that bitch, Capricorns. Stones for Capricorns. Lapis. You know what? I'm going to give you Moldavite this week. Lapis and Moldavite. Lapis and Moldavite. If you don't have Moldavite, Labradorite can be used in a pinch. If you're a little afraid of Moldavite and you don't have any, please don't stress about, well, she said I had to have Moldavite. No. You know if you're ready for it or not. I find it funny that I've already shuffled the cards and that card is right there. Labradorite is what I would recommend. So Lapis and Labradorite. You know what? We haven't done mythical creatures in a while. So Capricorns. Ooh, too many to choose from. The very first thing that came to my mind was the dragon. So Capricorns, you were the dragon this week. It's interesting. The griffin was very close behind. The griffin was very close behind. But, yeah, Capricorns, you are the dragon this week. I mean, if it's got to be a magical week, then we need to have mythical creatures, am I right? All right, Aquarius, are we ready? I hope so, because I'm having trouble getting your card to draw. That's a few, Aquarius. I'm going to need you to calm down. So, it's interesting that I couldn't get cards to draw for you, Aquarius, because what that tells me is that that's a bit of a standstill. It's not so much indecisiveness as it's an I don't want to. Did you notice how long it took me to... I'm holding them up so you guys can see me draw, can see me shuffle. But that took a little bit for your anchor card to come out. It took a bit for your other cards to come out. So before I ever turn these over, that just tells me that it's going to be a week of just, I don't want to. Just pause. I don't want to. Okay? I would highly recommend not making your Aquarius friends mad this week. They're not feral, okay? So don't think that. But when I show you these first couple of cards, you're gonna understand why I had to take a pause. Because I just said that they don't want to. It wasn't that it's a standstill week. It wasn't that it's a slow week. It's a I don't want to. It's that kind of emotion of when you're 5 and you don't want to clean your room and you are willing to go to any length to not clean your room. Because you have Kali, which is destruction, and then you have the Queen of Wrath, which is instability and wrath and suspicion. And those are both very, very powerful, very intense deities, very intense cards, and a lot of wrath, and a lot of anger, and a lot of destruction. And you're like, wait a minute, Bodhi, you just said that the Aquariuses were like, I don't want to. Uh-huh. Do you really think that you're going to make Kali do anything? Do you really... She raged across a battlefield, killing all of these demons that couldn't be killed. Every time they sliced one, 2 appeared. They couldn't be defeated. She kept going, killing everybody until Shiva laid down in front of her. If that is not the epitome of, I don't want to, I'm going to do what I'm going to fucking do, then I don't know what to tell you. And then you have the Queen of Wrath. Instability, suspicion, wrath. Maybe don't make your Aquarius friends mad this week. Aquarius, this is a week where you just don't want to. You just don't want to do things. You don't want to be social. You don't want to be sociable. You don't want to talk to anybody. Not even on the phone. Not even at work. Not even with the shit you have to do. You don't want to do it. It's going to be a week where you are literally being drugged around by everybody else because you don't want to. And I keep saying you don't want to, but it's, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to go to work, but you don't want to stay home. You don't want to get up, but you don't want to stay in bed. You don't want to take a bath, but you don't want to take a shower. You don't want to eat, but you also don't want to go home. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to do anything. Anything. And it's going to be a very frustrating week for you. So just so you guys know, if you have an Aquarius in your life, by the end of the week, they're going to be a pent-up ball of frustration. And this new moon is going to kind of amplify that, unfortunately, because you have the eternal servitor, which is hope and yearning and incompleteness. Now, there is a lot of hope with this. There is. With this new moon, with starting over, if you're an Aquarius and you have something that you're ready to start up, or you're ready to change, you're ready to start over, whatever, this is a good one for you to do that in, because Scorpio is a very intense sign. They're going to do the thing. Like I said, Scorpio and Aquarius are the workaholics of the Zodiac. So this right here, this new moon, this is a very intense one. If you have something that you're starting up, go. But you're not going to want to. Isn't that the ironic part of this? I just said Aquariuses don't want to do anything, but also it's a great week to start something new. Every Aquarius is like, I don't like it right now. There's a lot of hope for the future this week, Aquarius. But there's also a lot of pent-up frustration, a lot of pent-up just irritation. I mean, just irritation. The things around you that are incomplete are going to be screaming at you this week, Aquarius. Now, here's the thing. Remember how I said you don't want to? You just don't want to? This is not going to be a week for you to tackle the to-do list, the honey-do list, the want-to-do list. This is not a week for that. It's not. It is a good week for you to make said lists, but it's not a good week for you to start those lists. Okay? So, make the list, but don't attempt to. Okay? I'm just saying, don't attempt to. Aquarius, the other thing I'm going to say is this. You're going to find yourself this week just randomly fuming. You're going to find yourself this week randomly just so pissed and you don't know why. You need to have a way that you can get up and walk away from something, okay? If this is at work and you can move around, walk around, do something, stand up, go to the bathroom, whatever, do that. If you're at home and you realize like you're in there doing the dishes and you're about to just break every plate you have for no reason, close the dishwasher, put the dishes down, like go do something else for a minute. That shit will still be there, I promise. If you guys have an Aquarius in your life and you realize that, like, you see that they're starting to get really pissed off with shit, this is a good week for you to do something nice for them. Maybe do the dishes. Maybe you do the laundry. Like, maybe help out. Maybe take on some of their chores or something like that. Maybe get them their favorite ice cream. I don't know. But Aquarius, the one warning that I have is just to be careful that you don't snap at people. So when you're in that, you know what, I don't like you, I don't like me, I don't like nobody, I don't like being here, but I don't want to not be here. When you're in that mood, just be careful what you say, because we all know that y'all know how to hurt feelings. If y'all have never had an Aquarius cut you down, that it takes a lot to get an Aquarius to cut someone down, but not this week. Not this week. Because they're all about some destruction. They don't give a flying fuck. So, not this week. But if y'all have never had an Aquarius, get ya. Just saying. Stones for Aquarius. Oh, actually, let me do this. Aquarius, you need to do something for yourself for this new moon as a release ritual. One of the best things to do is to take a bath or a shower, okay? And as you're watching the water go down the drain, envision everything that's pissed you off this week. Envision everything that's pissed you off this month, this year, this life. Everything that's pissed you off needs to go down that shower drain, down that bath drain. The other thing is, if you're taking a bath, before you let all the water go out, just have you a little cup. It doesn't take much. Just a little bit. Get some bath water. If you're taking a shower, just have a little cup. Get some water, some bath water, some shower water, okay? Take it away from your house and dump it. As far as you want to take it. It doesn't need to be in your yard, on your property, by your property. It needs to be away, okay? It doesn't have to be a lot. But it can literally be a little jar. But that is a way of you releasing that back out into the universe. It'll be good for you, I promise. Plus, it'll get you out of the house and it'll make you not as cranky. At least for, 5 minutes. Stones for Aquarius. Why the fuck I just got told to say quartz? I don't know, because quartz is going to amplify that. Quartz and blue kyanite, Aquarius. Quartz and blue kyanite. Yeah. You guys are the basilisk this week. You are the basilisk this week. I'm just saying. All right, where's my Pisceans at? Don't forget. In case you guys, well, I haven't told you, so I don't know how you could forget. If you don't know. My moms have been putting in the chat some of the different things this week. Tomorrow evening is shadow work reads. Pisces, really? Tomorrow night is shadow work reads. I haven't done them in a little while, so we're going to do them. Wednesday is art. I have a lot of artwork to catch up on. Pisces. Son of a bitch. Pisces, I'm going to need y'all to fucking focus. I'm going to catch up on artwork on Wednesday. Thank you, Pisces. I'm going to catch up on artwork on Wednesday, so if you're waiting on artwork from me, I've only got a few of you on my list at this point, so that'll get done. And then Thursday is the new moon. If you haven't got your tickets for the Wickening service, if you haven't got your tickets for during the day, you should probably do so. Friday night, I have moved the candle flame reads to Friday night, so we will get those done, finally. I cross my fingers, because every single time some shit happens. And then on Saturday is a new unique reading, and you don't want to miss it. It is on my link tree, and you don't want to miss it. I don't know why. I'm itchy, so we're going to take those off. But next week is Thanksgiving. Just like always, I will have a Thanksgiving live. I will have a Thanksgiving live stream. I always do. I will get it up within the next couple of days so you guys can register for it. It's probably going to be around 5 or 6 p.m. Central Time. Y'all saw that, yeah? Okay. Or I'm crazy, whatever. I always do this. I have done this since I've been on TikTok because I know that there are so many people that either you can't travel, you don't want to travel, you know what I mean? So please, if you don't have anybody on Thanksgiving, if you don't have family, if you don't have a way to go see family or whatever, come spend it with me. Come spend it with us, okay? Bring your din-din. I don't care if it's cold pizza or a can of SpaghettiOs with a fork in it, or some ramen. I don't care. You just come and hang out, okay? You just come and hang out. We're just gonna chill and be dumb and eat all kinds of food. I'm sure that I will have a charcuterie board that is more food than I really can eat in one sitting, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then it'll be Black Friday weekend, and like I said, I have some amazing thing, and we're gonna have a YouTube drive. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, you better do it. But we're gonna have some really cool shit for Black Friday. So, all right, are we ready? The answer is yes. Pisces, it took me a very long time to draw your cards. And then when I did get cards, two came out really quick. You have inspiration. I'm here for that. And then you also have Thanatos, which is completion, support, and expediency. And interestingly, you have the Capricorn card and the Aquarius card. How'd that work out? Y'all watched me shuffle like 907 times. Completion, support, and expediency, hope, yearning, and incompleteness. Pisces, you're just normal this week. You're just normal this week. You're all over the place. You have like 900 things going on, and you only want to do 2 of them, and then maybe just 1 of them. You're inspired. You have all these creative ideas. Ideas are like this, like almost hurting you, driving you nuts, but at the same time, you need to finish all this other shit, so you don't, like, you're just your normal self this week. You're just your normal self this week, Pisces. But my advice is going to be this. Keep a notebook, whether it's the notepad on your phone, or if you need to go buy a new notebook, I am never going to be the one to tell you no, or whatever. I mean, I was going to say, write it on your forehead, but maybe don't do that, because bitches be bitches and they still ideas. So anyway, all of these grand ideas that are going to pop up this week, Pisces, write them down immediately. Don't let them go. Just because you don't have the time, the energy, or the want to do these things this week doesn't mean that next week or the week after you can. So write them down, okay? Write them down. One of the other things that is interesting to me about this, Pisces, there are going to be some things, much like the Capricorns, that y'all are going to be ready to just completely cut off and walk away from. And that is not like Pisces. Pisces are those people that y'all are the most loyal of the loyal friends that there ever was. Y'all will not cut somebody off, even if they have, if you are like the Black Knight in Monty Python. You don't have any arms or legs left, but you're sure as shit gonna bounce along beside them, You are that friend. You are that friend. And this is the week that you're going to say, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do this with you. Don't want to do this with you. So that's going to be interesting. Those of you guys that have Pisces in your life, they're going to come home just randomly one day this week and be like, so I told so-and-so that I couldn't be their friend anymore. And your whole jaw is going to hit the floor. Or you might have a kid or a sister or a brother or whatever. Man, I broke up with so-and-so today. What? Like, it's going to be like one of these jaw-dropping, like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. The reason that I said you need to write these ideas down is because of the hope card right here. Even though y'all are kind of scattered this week, your energy's all over the place. First you're exhausted, and then you're like on... Well, I gotta quit saying people are on crack. But you know what I'm saying. You have all the energy and then no energy. You're just gonna be all over the place. But you have this intense hope inside of you this week, where maybe it hadn't been in the last few weeks. You have this amazing idea of, okay, things are going to get better. Things are going to be different. Things are going to be more. Things are like your hope is high this week, Pisces. I think that this is going to be a week where you're just happy this week. Even though you're all over the place, and even though there's going to be a lot of times when you're like, yep, I'm exhausted, don't want to get out of bed today, but you're happy about it. But you're happy about it. And Pisces, here's the thing, like, the world needs so much more of that. The world needs so much more of that right now. So go be happy. this week, Pisces. Even if you're scattered, even if you feel a little crazy, go be happy. Go be happy. Share it with people, especially the Capricorns. Especially the Capricorns. This is going to be a good new moon for you to give thanks, Pisces. For you to give thanks. Just literally, if you can safely have a fire, just sit and watch the flame. Just sit and watch the flame. If you can burn a candle, just sit and watch the flame. If not, YouTube has a ton of free fireplaces, bonfires, etc. Just sit and watch some fire. That's it. Because you just looking at that is going to be great. It's going to be great. Stones for Pisces. I'm going to say sodalite and jade. Any color. Well, no, green jade. Green jade. I was going to say any color jade. Any color jade. Sodalite and green jade. In fact, probably the lighter the green, the better. You guys are the unicorn this week. You guys are the unicorn this week. A little scattered, still pretty, still frolicky, still giving everybody hope even when you can't find what you want. Look here, Aries. I didn't even get that shuffled, and you guys threw a card on the floor. Nope. All right, now I'm going to be curious about cardinal signs this week. And I'm not going to lie, because the card that you flung out in the floor is abandonment. And I was like, nope, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. I'm not going to have two cardinal signs that are going to be cutting everybody off and acting a fool. But that's not it. Because the other two cards that you drew came out like this together, and they're very interesting. My favorite card, the Golden Empress. And then you have the Celtic god of the underworld. And this is the great hunt. This is natural balance. The hunt, it's ambition. It's moving forward with the things you want. So what I find very interesting is that this is the card you threw at me and it landed in the floor. I'm kind of unsure how to take this with the other cards. I think, Aries, that this week you're still going full steam ahead with everything that you've been doing. Expect a shakeup this week. Expect a shakeup this week. And this is a big shakeup. This is not just, oh, I stubbed my toe and I was 5 minutes late for work. Oh, no. This is a big, huge shakeup, okay? And when this big shakeup happens, in the moment, in the first moment, part of the moment, I hope that made sense. In the first part of the moment, at first, let's talk like an adult, bitch. At first, you're going to go, oh my God, this is terrible. Oh my God, this is terrible. Oh my God, this is terrible. And then for some reason, it's like a light switch. And you realize that this is something that you couldn't let go of. You couldn't let go of it. Because Aries, y'all might be stubborn. Y'all might be stubborn. Y'all might be really stubborn. And you are not about to let go of something. Period. Y'all, most of the Aries I know have so much shit. I can't say anything because I have so much shit. But most of the Aries I know have so much shit. You didn't want to let go of it. You said you did, but you didn't want to let go of it. So when it gets taken from you this week, it's actually a relief. It's actually a relief. And this might be something you volunteered to do. This might be something that you've been like trudging along, getting done for so long. Let it go. Let it go. When it gets yanked from you this week, you're going to be mad. You're going to be upset. But it's what you've wanted all along. And I want you to remember, Aries, that when this gets yanked from you, you asked for it. You were telling the universe, I don't want to do this any fucking more. Because I'm doing this, so I can't be this. Let it go, because y'all have the fucking Golden Empress card. Do you see what I'm saying? What this new moon is bringing in for you is this energy right here. This is authority and the great hunt and finding your balance, finding what you actually want. So when this thing is taken away from you, when it's removed from off your plate, now you can figure out what it is that actually goes there, that's supposed to go there on your plate. And this is fucking fantastic. This is fucking fantastic. This is a really powerful week for you, Aries. I know when this thing happens, it's not going to feel powerful. But this is a very, very powerful week for Aries. I am 100% here for it. So stones for Aries. Herkimer diamond if you have one. Those are actually pretty easy to find. Oh no, you have to go shopping for a Herkimer diamond. If you can't find a Herkimer diamond, the clearest piece of quartz that you can find, and Sunstone. Sunstone is also really easy to find. Just so you know, it's really easy to find. Almost every metaphysical shop has Sunstone. Y'all are the Mothman. Y'all are the Mothman. That was easy. That was easy. That was easy. All right. Where's my Taurus crew at? That was weird. I felt like I couldn't shuffle correct. Why is this card on the bottom? Why is this card on the bottom? This is the second time that I have shuffled and this card has came up on where no one else gets abandoned tonight, ma'am. Taurus. I really just want one anchor card, Taurus. Just one. Just one. Thank you. Sneaky and turn it over, but I'm not going to. We're going to wait till we shuffle all of them. Taurus. Taurus. What the fuck? All right. I don't know if this is that it's going to be a week where things are withheld from you or if you're being stubborn. Fate. Then you had two cards come out together. Thanatos, which is completion, support, and expediency, like the Capricorns and the Pisces. So apparently he's just hopscotching along. Okay, so... God damn it. You know what? This isn't even like feral Taurus week. It's angry Taurus week. It's not even. I don't even know that it's angry Taurus week. It's like Thor's hammer week for Tauruses, and not on you. It is on other people. This is a week, Taurus, where you're not holding your tongue. This is a week where you're going to be put in some situations that you've already been obsessing about. Maybe it was a conversation or somebody asked you something or whatever, and you feel like you made the wrong decision. And you're going to be put right back in front of those people, that situation, etc. It's just going to come right back up. The one that you've obsessed about. saying to someone over and over and over, probably for years. The one conversation, the one thing, the one agreement, the one disagreement, the one whatever, where you were like, God, I wish I'd have done this, or oh, I wish I'd have said that. Will it come back up? It comes back up this week. Because it's something that needs to be completed. You're getting a do-over. You're getting a do-over. And this time, there is not any holding back from it. There's not a single bit of holding back from it. I also want you guys to know the Tauruses are all about some baneful work on New Year's, on the new moon. The Tauruses are all about some baneful work on the new moon. Maybe don't fuck with them. Maybe don't fuck with them. This is a very powerful week for you, Taurus. This is a very, very powerful week for you. Scorpio is across from you in the Zodiac. This is a very empowering week for you. I can't wait to see what the Scorpio Zodiac is. You're getting the chance to complete a whole bunch of shit that you've been obsessing about, and it's something that has to happen for you to move forward. So when you blow up at somebody because they say this wrong or that wrong, or when you've got to completely fucking smack down school somebody at work or whatever because they've been fucking up, or maybe just old-fashioned, you need to just knock someone in their chiclets. Taurus says y'all are some powerful mamma jammas this week. Y'all are some powerful mamma jammas this week. You started off with fate. This card does not come out much. And I've had this deck for 6 years, almost 7 years. And I can... A handful of times does Fortuna come out. A handful of times does she come out. This is such a powerful week for you, Taurus. It's such a powerful week. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. Now I gotta think of a mythical creature that you are. Y'all are the Kraken. Y'all are the Kraken. Go big or go home, right, Taurus? Y'all are the Kraken. Stones for Taurus. Anything sharp. Maybe not anything sharp. Smoky citrine, if you can find it. Obsidian. And if you can't find smoky citrine, smoky quartz is going to be good. But if you guys don't have a smoky citrine, you should. It's one of my favorite stones. I've got this one sitting here on my desk. This is a smoky citrine. It's just, this one has a bunch of stuff inside of it, but it's just this kind of crazy dark. This one has a lot of smoke in the point down there. So smoky citrine is when citrine and smoky quartz form together. I have several pieces of it. This is going to be a good new moon for you to do some baneful stuff. You've been waiting to throw somebody in a jar, Taurus? This is the week. You've been waiting to do some really nasty return to sender? This is the week. You've been waiting to do just some nasty shit, some nasty magic. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Cancer, really? Oh, Gemini. Please don't let the Geminis come after me. Please don't let the Geminis come after me. I'm sorry. Calm down, Gemini. Calm down. Y'all are doing the same thing, though. The same thing, though. I do want to say this. I don't know why I remember this, but I downloaded, and then uploaded the candle work for last night. and I can't because the music I was playing in the background. This is why I don't ever play music in the background. YouTube flagged it for copyright infringement, so it won't let me upload it at all. I can't even upload it as an unlisted one. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about it yet because I can't, like, they flagged it, they cut it off, like it's not visible anywhere. So I'm trying to figure out what to do because that's a 6.5 hour long live that I downloaded and then tried to upload, and it took forever. It took all day. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. So I might have to take the sound out of it. I don't know how to do that, but we'll figure it out. All right, Gemini. Scotty, atonement. Interesting, El Shaddai, which is wisdom, paternalism, and kindness. And then you have Genie the Maid, which is championship, disillusionment, and humility. It's a quiet week for you, Geminis. It's a quiet week. For those of you guys that have Geminis in your life, check on your Gemini friends. Because Geminis are like the toddlers of the zodiac, and when they get quiet, you should check on them. Because they're either taking a nap somewhere where they probably shouldn't be taking a nap, or they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Gemini. I find it interesting, the sword on here. Okay, I just want to point that out. This is a week of, I don't want to say fighting because that's not right. Being prepared. Being prepared. This is a week of you being prepared, Gemini. Of you feeling the need to circle the wagons. Don't be surprised if you get obsessed with changing your passwords, cameras around your house or around your job or on your car, or making sure everything on your car is safe. Like, don't be surprised if you, Gemini, or those of you guys that are not a Gemini, some Gemini in your life, don't be surprised if they get paranoid this week about safety and everything. All I'm going to say, Gemini, is just trust your gut. If your gut is like, hey, you need a doorbell camera, or you need a full camera system in your whole fucking house, or you should go change every password that you own, or whatever. Maybe you should drive 200 miles to go to your best friend's work and take her to lunch so she doesn't get a wreck. Whatever, Gemini, whatever it is that your gut is telling you, I am going to tell you to focus on it. I am going to tell you to do that thing, okay? I'm going to tell you to pay attention and do that thing, because whatever this is, you're on high alert. You're on high alert, Gemini. Like, we're at threat level alpha. I don't know what's got the Geminis, but I'm just saying. It is also a week of you looking at things in your life. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this. You just went through a really gnarly, I think everybody just went through a really gnarly shadow work episode. Some people are just going into it. But the Geminis, y'all have just gone through this really intense period. Whether it was full-on dark night of the soul, nasty shadow work, whatever it was. You just went through this really intense period, right? So you know that there are a lot of things, you had to face a lot of things where maybe you were wrong. Maybe you did possibly do that thing. And maybe you should say, I'm sorry. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Gemini. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But instead of doing the normal Gemini thing you do and doing all of this self-loathing and I'm a piece of shit, and instead of that, you're actually treating yourself really kind this week. Like, out of character for you. You're actually like, you know, I know I fucked up, and I know I've got to apologize, or I know I need to do this or do this to kind of atone. You're actually being really kind to yourself about it this week. And I'm here for that. I know a few Geminis. I know a few Geminis very well. And when y'all feel like you have done, first of all, y'all rarely feel like you've done anything wrong. But when you realize that you've done something wrong, the self-loathing on a Gemini when they realize they've done something wrong, oh, mehr freaking geared. It's crazy. So, Gemini, this week, you're actually being really nice to yourself. And I think that's a good thing, but there's a but, okay? There's a but. You can't know that you really, really did something horrendous, and you need to apologize, and then go buy yourself a new car. Okay? That was an extreme example, but you see exactly what I'm saying, right? Geminis, you see exactly what I'm saying. So, I'm just saying what I'm saying, Gemini. It's not a bad week. Not a bad week. Not some, you're going to win the lottery and move to the Bahamas kind of week. It's not that. It's just a good week. It's just a good week. It's a calm week. It's a good week. And it's you. I mean, you are on high alert. You are on high alert. But I'm just saying. By the way, if you have a Gemini friend and they call you or text you this week and they're like, hey, I know this is going to sound weird, but... And then they're like, you should go check your tires. Or, you know, how long has it been since you changed the battery in your smoke detector? Or if you have a Gemini friend that calls you with some weird, random, paranoid thing, just listen. Just listen. Just listen to them. Okay? Just listen to them. Gemini, ritual-wise this week, this is going to be a good week for you to get your wards back up and running. This is a good week for you to redo your protections and your warding. This new moon is great for that. Stones for Gemini. Lepidolite. Lepidolite and malachite. Okay, lepidolite and malachite. You're the centaur this week. You're the centaur this week. I almost gave you the naga, but you're a centaur this week. Now we can do the cancers. Now we can do my little cancer babies. Really, Cancer? Can you guys believe that next week is Thanksgiving? Is that not weird? Is that not weird? Anybody else feel like you've been like in a weird bubble, like a time bubble? It's just me. It's just me. You feel like you're in that movie Click, where you just feel like you've been on autopilot and you don't really remember a lot of things over the last few months? Or is it just me? It's just me? You don't know how the hell it was just like Halloween yesterday and now it's Thanksgiving next week? Just me? Cool. All right, ready, Cancers? You have hubris. Okay. You have King Arthur, which is championship, nobility, and self-realization. And then you have Anubis, which is obligation, preservation, and neutrality. Okay, interesting. Okay. Never thought I'd be saying this, but the Cancers are strangely calm this week. The Cancers are strangely calm this week. You guys are almost the adults this week. Oh no! When the Cancers are the adults, there's a problem. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Cancers, y'all are very calm this week. Y'all are very, very calm this week. This is all about you seeing the truth with yourself. I was going to say with other people until we have the self-realization. This is all about you seeing the truth with you this week. Now, for some of you guys, well, let me start that over. For all of you guys, there's going to be good and there's going to be bad. There's going to be good in that you realize that you did everything you could for that person, that job, that situation, that whatever, and it still blew up and you're fine with that. And then there are going to be those things where you're like, oh, I'm a dick. There's going to be a lot of self-realization this week, Cancer. But what's interesting about it is y'all are strangely calm this week. You're strangely calm this week. And so what's interesting is there are going to be some things this week, Cancer, that you realize that you should apologize for. Just do it. Just do it. Because you're strangely calm this week. You don't want to argue or anything. You just want to be like, hey, look, I know I fucked up. I don't expect to get my job back, or I don't expect to whatever. But I just wanted to apologize. Just saying. I know every Cancer in here is like, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, right? You're very neutral with you this week. You're very neutral with your own emotions this week, which is very, very odd for the Cancers, because Cancers, all the water signs really are very, very intense with their emotions, because that's what water is emotion. So for you to be very kind of flatline with your emotions this week, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. I'm here for it. And let me say this, for those of you guys that have Cancers in your life, like, this is going to be very, very out of the ordinary for them. This is very odd, very out of the norm, very just, you're probably going to be asking them a few times, like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because they're going to be very serious. They're not going to be as jokey as they are. Almost every Cancer I have ever known is like laid back, jokester, funny, you know, things like that. Very charismatic. But not this week. This week you're more pulling like the Scorpio intensity, like quiet intensity feel. This is a good week, Cancer, for you to start looking at the future, for you to start looking at what new endeavor to start this week. This is a good week for you to start paying attention to retirement or savings or whatever it is. This is a good week because you're very calm and level and neutral with a lot of stuff, for you to look at where you're going in life. This is a great week for you to make a budget or a 5-year plan or a 900-year plan, or, you know, I mean, I'm not judging if you're vampires out there watching me. I have vampire people too that love me. I mean, I'm just saying. We're really like left field somewhere way out there with that one. Ninth left field over there. But Cancer, you're just an adult this week. You're just being an adult this week. You're just being an adult this week. What I love about it, what I absolutely love about it, is that if you knuckle down this week, Cancer, and if you put your mind to it, then you're going to find that you get an amazing amount of shit done this week. Because a lot of the problems, I've known way too many Cancers way too well, a lot of the problems that Cancers have is they get overwhelmed with all the things that could be, right? All the things that could be. So let's say I gave you, there's this house, right? Everything in the house is white. Everything is blank. It's brand new. There's no colors. You got to pick the colors on the walls and the flooring and the cabinets, and you got to pick everything. It's just a shell. The Cancers would sit and overthink every aspect of it, because they would want to be like, well, but if I paint the living room like a deep blue gray, and then I got to paint the den over there, well, I can't paint it red, because it was like they would sit and they would go through all of these things. They want to make sure everything is perfect, so they get caught up in all the details and get overwhelmed with the details. And that's how Cancer mind works. Like, they want everybody to be happy, so they just keep on like trying to make everybody happy. Not this week. This week, you are all about paying attention, moving forward, and just knocking some things off of your plate. What I really love about this is that it means that if you make a goal, if you set goals, if you set a 5-year plan, whatever it is, you're going to stick to it. Because I know when I said that you guys are going to make some goals and you're going to be paying attention to the future, that you were like, yeah, and I'll dump it next week. Nope. This is a very powerful week for you, Cancer. You can actually change some shit with yourself this week. You are the gnomes this week, Cancer. You're the gnomes this week. If y'all don't know anything about gnomes, they're super stubborn. They're super hard-headed. And once they set their mind to doing something, it doesn't matter what it is, they're going to do it. And that's who you are this week, Cancer. You are the gnomes. Stones for Cancer. Pyrite and Tiger's Eye. Pyrite and Tiger's Eye. If you have Tiger's Iron, that's all you need. But I know a lot of people may not have Tiger's Iron. This is a good time, this new moon, for what Cancer should do for the new moon. This is going to be a good time for you just to manifest, for you to get your shit in order, make your list. This is this is words. It's a good new moon for that. All right, my Leos, are we ready? I know you are. I know you are. I know you've been sitting there like, I don't care. Get to the Leos. Revenge. Really, Leos? The Prince, the Forgotten Adversary, which is sorrow, lost valor, and serendipity. Seriously? The Queen of Wrath? Revenge and the Queen of Wrath? I don't want to do angry Leos this week. Both my kids were in a great mood today. I don't want to do I don't want to do... I'm going to pout. I am going to pout. I don't want to. I don't want to do this. I'm going to channel my inner Aquarius, even though I don't have any Aquarius placements, and say, I don't want to. We have wrathful, vengeful Leos this week. Not feral. Not feral. Revengeful Leos this week. Wrathful Leos this week. This goes beyond an obsession to actually doing something about it. So, Leos, you're going to have to keep your own self in check because we don't have bail money for all of you. We don't have bail money for all of you. Here, listen to me again, Leos. We, as a collective, do not have bail money for all of you. Okay? So, y'all just... I almost started off saying that it was one specific thing that you're obsessing about, but it's not. But it's not. It's, and here's what's interesting. You have this insane drive this week, Leos. More so than you've had in a long time. More so than you've probably had in a very long time. Like, you are hyper-focused and hyper-driven this week. The problem comes that you're ready to shove someone in front of a bus. Like, you're ready to take whatever revenge you need to take. There's going to be a lot of fireworks this week. There's going to be a lot of times where the rest of us are going to be sitting back here with popcorn because the Leo, on the creator on live that's a Leo, is outing everybody that's ever fucked them over. Like, they're just you know what, and fuck this person and fuck that person. Like, they're just like, blah, 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 naming names. Y'all are going to go to work and hear somebody across the office yelling because Sharon finally pissed Sheila off, and Sheila's telling everybody because Sheila's a Leo. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's that week where the Leos, y'all are not going to be quiet this week. Y'all are not quiet. Y'all are not sitting down. Y'all are not getting, God forbid you tell a Leo, shh, this week. Don't do that. Don't do that. But Leos, just know that you do gotta kind of self-police. You do gotta kind of keep yourself in check, because I knew I was getting on again. That's a lot of fire. That's a lot of fire in those cards. You're already very vengeful this week, Leos, and then you're thinking about all the ways that somebody has done you wrong, all the ways that this professor has pissed you off, that your boss has pissed you off, that you don't even know that guy at the gas station, but he's pissed you off. Like, that's all you can think about, is how all these people have pissed you off. That's going to play over and over and over and over in your head this week. So you're going to have to self-police, okay? Because you feel like all of those things that you didn't say to someone, that's lost valor. And you feel like, you know what? I never told that person that I went out with in the 5th grade that they smelled like beef, that they were gross, that they had the little white thing on their mouth when they talked. And I think I'm going to search all of Facebook until I find them and tell them that. That's how the Leos are going to be this week. I watched the thing the other day with the little girl that was like, I smell like beef. And so, you're welcome. But, Leos, just take a breath, okay? Just take a breath, because you can't have revenge on every single living human being, okay? Okay? I know some of you immediately were like, yes, I can. You can't though, okay? You can't though. Just find a way to take your anger out on something, and let's go from there. If you guys have kids that are Leos, younger kids, know that they're going to be a handful this week. Expect probably some trouble in school. If you have teenagers that are Leos, expect there to be a lot of turmoil at home, just because they're mad about everything. So if you can find a good way to give them an outlet for that anger, it will help you. If you have a significant other who is a Leo, same thing. Find a way to help alleviate that anger. If they're a video gamer, if they love video games and stuff, be like, hey, I'm going to get you your favorite chicken nuggets or your favorite pizza and your snacky snacks, and all Friday night is yours to play video games. I'm going to fuck off and go somewhere else. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, give them an outlet for that anger so they don't take it out on you. And Leos, don't take this anger from 5th grade. I don't know why I keep saying 5th grade. 3rd grade, 2nd grade, college, yesterday. Don't take that anger out on the people that you love, okay? Just, you're going to have to really, really rein that in so you aren't hurting people that you really care about and that really care about you this week, because that is a very, very high risk of happening. That is way up here. It's way up here, okay? I'm not sure what mythical animal to give you. Why am I yawning so much, Leos? Get some sleep. Let's do stones first. Carnelian, onyx, and smoky quartz. I'm going to give you 3. Carnelian, black onyx, not green, and smoky quartz. I know that this is technically not a mythical, well, it is a mythical creature. Y'all are the Gorgon this week. Y'all are a Gorgon this week, so like Medusa. Not Medusa. You are not Medusa this week, but you're a Gorgon, like Medusa. This is definitely going to be a good new moon for you to do a cleansing ritual in. To cleanse your space, cleanse yourself, cleanse all of that stuff, okay? Virgos. Leos, that was hard. Ooh. All right, Virgos. Just remember that we love you, Leos. Don't take everything out on us, okay? All right. That's a lot, Virgos. That's a lot of cards you kept trying to come out with on these anchor cards. That's a lot. Capricorns came out really quick. Taurus came out really quick, but not y'all. Trust. The caretaker of the lost. I find that interesting. Maybe I'm thinking of a different deck. I was about to pop off the words on the bottom. I was like, that's not what that says. Respite, assistance, and memory. Not mad. I'm not mad. No Virgo is mad right now. Virgos, y'all are really in your feels this week. You're really deep in your feels this week. And it's not so much that you're upset as it's that you're... Okay, let me start over. You're in your head this week. There we go. Because it's not so much feels as it is in your head processing through some stuff. You're realizing that maybe you should place a little more trust in some people, that not everybody is going to fuck you over. I know, Virgos. I know. Every Virgo I've ever met is suspicious of everybody. Suspicious as fuck. But you're realizing that maybe you should put a little more trust in that person. That maybe not everybody is going to fuck you over, okay? So you're putting out a lot of trust into the universe. You're putting out a lot of trust with people that maybe they've been around a long time and they've earned the trust, but you just haven't given it to them. You know what I mean? This is going to be a big week for friendships with you, Virgos. So people that you've maybe been keeping like in an arm's length a little bit, you're going to be ready to kind of be like, you know, let me go ahead and let you in maybe the outer circle. You know, you're going to let some people in the inner circle, but it's not the outer circle. Because there's going to be a lot of things that come up that remind you of loss. There's going to be a lot of things like, man, you know, maybe I should trust my spouse more or my significant other more because I did lose my other significant other in that relationship because I couldn't trust them. And let's face it, Virgos, a lot of the times it's not them, it's you. It's not them, it's you. So you're realizing that you've got to place some trust in the people that you care about, the people that you love. Because there's going to be a lot of things that pop up this week that are going to intensely remind you of times that you lost something good because of your own hang-ups, Virgos. I know every Virgo right now is like, I don't like you. I don't like you. I know. And if y'all have Virgo placements, this is going to affect you very deeply too. This is going to affect you very, very deeply too. The one thing I want to say, it's not a bad week, okay? Why am I yawning again? It's not a bad week, Virgos. Not at all, not in any way, shape, or form. It is an intense week. It's an intense internal week for you. So you're going to be up here in your brainy brain a lot, okay? Just know that that's coming. But this new moon, damn, this is the time you want to manifest, write your shit down, start something new. Virgos, if you are going to start something new, this is the time. This new moon is the time. This is the fucking golden empress, bitches. This is the best, in my opinion, the most powerful, best card in this deck. It is the ace in the hole. It is magnetism and growth and confidence and all of the good. Why is my nose itching? Somebody's talking about me. Stop it. Stop it. I'm trying to read. This new moon, whatever the new thing is you are wanting to start, this is it. This is it. Take the first step. Even if it's like, well, I want to open a business next year. Cool. Buy the domain. Buy the domain. Set up your socials. Whatever it is. Do something that shows the universe that you are fucking serious and this is what you want. Okay? Because the universe is ready to give it to you. So, it's an intense week. A good week, Virgos. Okay? Y'all are fairies this week. Y'all are the fae this week because the fae are all about making deals, really looking at the truths of situations. Y'all are the fae this week. So stones for Virgos. Stones for Virgos. Stupid straps are stupid. I'm going to give you one that's a little harder to find. Scoliosite. It's not actually that hard to find. It's white. Scoliosite. SCOEL something. Scoliosite. But I know it's SCOL something. And copper. I know that's not a stone, but it is. You can get raw copper. You can find a raw copper. Copper. Scoliosite and copper. Yeah. Y'all are the fae. And like I said, this is a good week for you to start something. It's a good week for you to start something. Felt like I was missing something there, but I wasn't. Libras, I'm trying to just get one anchor card, and y'all keep drawing like... I'm going to ask very nicely. I'm going to ask very nicely again, Libras. Son of a bitch. Libras. Seriously. Why was my Siri on? I looked down and my phone's over here like the Siri is on. Because I said, what the hell? Ooh. Control. You sure aren't in control. Truth and justice and duty. Sorry, just from the way that those cards shuffled, that's an intense amount of energy, Libras. And then you have the Poet of Avalon, which is fame and stagnation and pride. Okay. Libra, this week, you have this intense need to get control over things. Everything. Anything, nothing. Like you have this intense need to get a grip on your house, on whether... If you are one of those people that you kind of just have piles of stuff everywhere, you're going to intensely be needing to clean your stuff all the way down to the rafters. If you are one of those people that are super uber clean, just expect that you're going to want to rearrange all your furniture or whatever it is. But you're wanting to really take control of your space this week, Libras, in a really hardcore way. It's also going to be that way at work, in your car, like it doesn't matter. You're going to be like, nope, this is my space. This is what I'm doing with it. The other thing too is that you feel this really intense sense of duty this week towards, I was going to say job-wise, but it's not. This is like, There's something that's been bothering the fuck out of you lately, Libras. At first, you could put your finger on it, but then this last week, you were able to pinpoint it. For some of you guys, it's a person, and for some of you guys, it's a situation. But either way, this is somebody or some situation where you feel like that person was done wrong, not so much by you, but by everybody else. Or you feel like this situation had gotten out of control. And you need to put your foot down on something. It got out of control because you didn't put your foot down. Whatever it is, you feel a duty to fix it. You feel a duty to, like, put it back up right. I don't know how to explain it other than that. You just have this intense need to fix, I'm going to say, a few things that you feel like are just wrong this week. And they're not things that you did, okay? I mean, there might be some of the things you had a part in, but they're not things you did. So, maybe you hear about your kid's best friend hasn't had school lunches because the school cut them off or cut their free lunch program off or something like that. So you feel a duty to go and put, $50 on that kid's account or whatever. Things like that. It's like a moral duty, a social duty to fix. That's the kind of thing. But Libras, if you live with a Libra, I'm sorry in advance, because they need full control of their space. Just know that you're going to come home and the entire house is going to be rearranged and there's going to be shit everywhere. Just know that they're going to be like, hey, I have 9 bags of shit by the front door to take to charity. Just know that that's the Libras this week. That's the Libras this week. They're very intense. There's a lot that they need to clean out and get out of their space. And you have this intense need to do something to make the world better, to make somebody around you better. For this new moon, there's no reason I should be on it like this. For this new moon, this is going to be a good time, Libras, for you to do something that will really benefit someone else. Like I said, I mean, I follow Leo Skeppy. I love me some Leo Skeppy. And he mentioned that instead of, doing some charity thing or whatever, that he was going to find a way to be able to pay for kids' lunches, to like just go and pay off a whole bunch of school debt, like lunch debt and stuff like that for some kids. Something like that. Maybe you can't afford to pay off a crazy amount of lunch debt, but maybe you could throw $5 or $10 on some kid's lunch money or something like that. That's the kind of thing, Libra. That's what you need to do for this new moon, because it's going to help to reset some sense of injustice in you. So look for something like that you can do. If you are cleaning out your space and you find that you have like 4 or 5 coats, where can you take those coats to help other people instead of just hanging them back in the closet or giving them to Goodwill or whatever? What local missions or homeless shelters can you take those to, so somebody has a new coat, a warm coat or whatever. Something like that's going to help you give and make somebody better is going to fix whatever this injustice is inside of you, Libras. Stones for Libras. I'm going to say labradorite and ruby. Labradorite and ruby. If you have like ruby fuchsite or ruby zoisite, that will work as well. But ruby. This is driving me nuts. I had a mythological creature in mind, and now I can't think of its name. Shit. In the movie, I mean, it's okay. So some of you guys that saw the old original Clash of the Titans, there is a golden owl. and I can't remember its name, but that's the Libras this week. Oh, it's going to drive me up the wall. He's actually like in Greek mythology. Shit. Somebody put it in the comments and I just can't see it. I know. But that's... Go... If nobody's put it in the comments yet, y'all go research the old Clash of the Titans. It is from the 80s, I think. The owl. The owl's name in there. That is who you are this week. Yeah. Scorpios. The Scorpios came right out of the gate with their anchor card. And then all of these. Oh, why do I feel like I need to say no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies? Ooh, endurance. Okay. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Osiris. Commitment, responsibility, and acquisition. Words. Blah, blah, blah. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Wow, this one's come up a lot. The Prince, the Forgotten Adversary. Okay. Scorpio. Okay, first of all, I love you. You're going to be exhausted this week. This new moon is running you through the ringer. This new moon is running you through the ringer. You're going to have a lot of problems sleeping this week. You're going to have a lot of issues with staying asleep, like getting to sleep and staying asleep. So this is going to be one of those weeks, Scorpios, where you're laying in bed for 2 hours like, just want to go to sleep. Just want to go to sleep. You get to sleep, and then a couple hours later, you're wide awake. And you're going to notice a lot of repeating numbers this week, Scorpio. Oh, it's 222. Oh, it's 333. Oh, it's 444. You're going to notice a lot. A lot. A lot. You're going to notice it. You're going to notice it, Scorpio. But at the same time, the more tired you get, the more determined you are to make shit happen. The more determined you are to do the fucking thing. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because you have this intense endurance. Not only that, but you know that you've made a commitment to do this. And you also are going to acquire this. And a commitment to acquire that. Like, you're on your bullshit this week, Scorpios. This new moon is super empowering for you. And not only is it super empowering for you, but it's for it being, you know, a new moon and being darkness, it's shining a lot of light on things that you have kind of neglected. Things that have fallen to the wayside. I got a hair in my eye. It's a very, very intense but amazing full moon, new moon for you. Why did I say full moon? A new moon for you. This is also a time of you letting go of a lot of things that, I'm going to say it this way on purpose, and you're going to know what I'm saying. All of your words, goddamn shit. All of you are going to know exactly what I'm saying. Things that are just making you sad. You're going to be ready to let go all of these things that are just making you sad. And some of this is going to be watching the news, the weight of the world. Like, fuck it, I ain't doing it anymore. And others of you, Scorpio, is going to be like, you know what, I've really been like really hateful to myself and really mean to myself. I'm done with that. But there's going to be some big thing that just has been making you sad. Let me just say this. It's not a person. It's not a situation. It's some kind of thing with you in here. Okay? It's some kind of thing with you in here, Scorpio. So don't think that it's a person or whatever. It's not. It's a change in yourself, a change in the way that you're feeling, that you're being, etc. This is a good week for you to plan out long-term goals because of this endurance here. This is a good week for that. It's a good week for you to be looking at 5-year, 10-year goals, things like that. It's a really good week for it. I'm just saying, Scorpios, a really, really good week for it. It's also a good week to be considering new acquisitions, maybe not to jump on them yet. Okay? So if you've been thinking about buying a house or buying a new car or whatever, consider all those things, but maybe not jump on them just yet. Okay, Scorpios? You guys are... You're the manticore this week. Because of course you are. You're the manticore this week. Stones for Scorpios. Selenite. Selenite and black tourmaline. I'm going to give you 3. Selenite, black tourmaline, and blue goldstone. Blue goldstone. Yeah. All right. Where's my sweet little Sagittarius is at? My sweet little Sagittarius is, of whom the world shall have one more very shortly. The littlest Chloe will be here shortly. We're all excited about it. Kirsten and I are flying up to Tacoma in early December. And it'll be Kirsten's very first trip on a plane. She's excited and nervous a little bit. I'm nervous, but here we go. But thinking about driving for 3 days instead, and yeah, having to drive home and go the wrong way and end up going up Mount Hood in January with like 2 feet of snow and several inches of ice was not something that I want to redo. So there's that. I will suck it up and fly. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Ooh, desperation. Okay. And the thinker, which is invention, knowledge, reinvention, knowledge, and responsibility. And then you have the martyr, which is honesty, shame, and restitution. Okay. Sagittariuses are beating themselves up. This new moon has you beating yourself up this week, Sagittarius. You are feeling the need to be super honest with everybody and do this self-shaming thing of every Sagittarius out there is going to be doing this. Oh, I'm a piece of shit and I know it. And here's the thing. We're going to humor you. We know you're not. But we also know that if we try to tell you you're not, then you're going to double down on it. So we're just going to humor you. So if you have a Sagittarius kid, or your kid especially, if you have a Sagittarius teenager, don't be like, yep, you were a piece of shit, you didn't clean your room this week. Even if you're joking with them, they're going to take that so seriously. So Sagittarius, you're going to be in your own mind. You're going to be in your feels. You're going to be too much for yourself this week. Not for us, but for yourself. You're going to be too much this week. Because you have just, I think that this is just coming from a place of pure emotional exhaustion. So here's what I'm going to recommend this week, Sagittarius. This is a lot of alone time this week. This is a lot of self-care this week. This is a lot of cleaning your space, cleansing your space, redoing your protections this week. Just know that this is not a week for big decisions. This is not a week for making a budget. This is not a week for manifesting. This is not a week for anything but you taking care of you, Sagittarius. Okay? If you have a Sagittarius in your life, whether it's a kid, significant other, sibling, parent, whatever, this is a good week to just do something nice for them to show them that you love them. You know, if it's your mom, maybe bring her some flowers or her favorite cookies or something. If it's a kid, maybe cook them their favorite dinner or let them have a little bit extra time on video games or, you know, something like that. Do something nice for your Sagittariuses this week because they are full on in self-loathing mode. But here's the thing, Sagittarius, there is a light at the end of the tunnel because I know some of you guys are like, I don't want to do that, you know, because you're already there. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. The knowledge that you're going to gain from this week is going to be interesting. And a lot of it is going to be about how people are treating you. It's not that you are doing this as an act, but as you're going through all of this stuff and you're like, you know, I should have done this or I should have done that or whatever. Pay attention to who it is that's nice to you and who it is that doubles down on the negative shit you're saying. Okay? Pay attention to the vibe, the feel. When you say, man, I know I really messed up this project and blah, blah, blah. And if the whole room stiffens like that, pay attention. Pay attention. Okay? Pay very close attention. It's going to be a week that is going to show you a lot of things about everyone in your life. Okay? Not all bad either. In fact, most of it's going to be really, really good. But just know a lot of self-care this week, a lot of self-care this week, and a lot of self-care this week. You are going to be in your own head. You are going to be in your own feels, and you may find yourself just kind of retreating from everybody. And if you're Sagittarius, if you have a Sagittarius in your life and your Sagittarius is like, I'm going to go to bed early, or I'm going to go take a bath for an hour, or I'm going to go for a drive, or whatever. Just let them. Do not insist on going on a drive with them. Do not insist on going to bed early with them if they make it very clear. If you say, well, I mean, I could go to bed early too. If they're like, no, it's okay. Let them. Okay? Let them. Let them. Maybe go in and check on them in a little bit and snuggle them in. Just ask if they need anything, right? So just be nice to your Sagittariuses this week. Stones for Sagittarius. Amethyst, smoky quartz, and rose quartz. If you have smoky amethyst, even better. But amethyst, smoky quartz, and rose quartz, because those are all going to help you out this week, Sagittarius. You guys are the siren this week. You guys are the siren this week. And like I said, this is a good week for you to do a lot of self-care. This new moon is a good one for you to do a lot of self-care, for you to do a lot of cleansing of your space, Sagittarius. A lot of it. So, yeah. This new moon is going to be intense. It is. It's going to be intense. It's not the last new moon of the year, but it's second to last. Think about that. It's the second to last. What the fuck? It's going to be a really intense week, I think, for everybody. That was a lot of intense readings. I don't think there was anybody that was really just, chillaxed. And the ones that were chillaxed are not normally chillaxed. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a very intense week, but just be nice to each other, okay? I know nobody wants to be nice to anybody, but I'm actually seeing it more and more. I'm seeing it more and more. So be nice to people. Put it out there that just put kindness out. Even if you don't feel like it this week, put some kindness out. See where you can help people around you, because everybody needs it. Everybody needs it, okay? All right, guys. That is your Reiki and Zodiacs for this week, for the 17th of November. God, the 17th of November. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. It is Witchery and Warcraft. Probably gonna go in and play some on the new beta. Chit chat, do some fun shit. Tomorrow's shadow work reads, and we're just gonna do it. We're gonna hit it hard. This week's gonna be great. It's gonna be